Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Markfin Forum. Today, I'm talking to Rose Wanda, the Secretary General of OESAI. She's based in Kenya, Nairobi. Rose, welcome.
Thank you so much, Simba. I think it's a pleasure for me in my personal capacity as Rose Wanda to be here. And on behalf of OSI itself, the Secretariat and Management, I think we are highly honored to have this moment to finally appear in this forum.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I tried not to spoil your CV there by introducing you. I think you can give us a more apt introduction of yourself and background.
So, who is Rose Wanda? Rose Wanda is an insurance professional at heart. I did an insurance and risk management course for my undergraduate. It was basically by chance because initially I wanted to be a chef, and my dad was against it. Then I wanted to be a marketer, and he said no. So I thought, what else can I do which does not involve mathematics? And there was this new thing called insurance. So I was lucky. Immediately I got a job within 3 months before even graduating, and I started off at Pan Africa. Then I moved on to ICA, where I worked in the deposit administration department. Then I moved on to Jubilee for about 10 years. So I can say when I was at ICA, one of the things that I really gained from that organization was the need to be a professional in terms of getting my professional certification. So that's why I started my CII examination, and then I completed the same when I went to Jubilee. So I worked at Jubilee for about 10 years, and by the time I think I was about 27 years, I had already gained my master's, and I also had my ACI. So I felt like I was very young with a lot of energy. And I asked myself, what extra can I do for the insurance community so that I don't feel like I'm overeducated and undercompensated. So one of the first things that I did was I sent in my application at the College of Insurance to lecture part-time. So I was interviewed by this panel. I had zero experience in lecturing. Yeah, but I got the job. So I'm also a part-time lecturer at College of Insurance. This year will be my 9th year teaching people about pensions. And then I also decided to, because like I said, I had lots of energy in me. So the other thing that I did is I started involving myself in Insurance Institute of Kenya activities. So first of all was to volunteer in their working committees. So I joined one of the working committees. Then about 3 years ago, I told myself, you know what, I think I'm fit enough. I can be their PR convener. And the reason why I chose PR is when I was in Jubilee, I was assigned to represent Jubilee in the Association of Kenya Insurance Task Force Committee, which is responsible for organizing the annual Agents Award. So I felt like, well, in as much as I didn't have PR credentials, this is something that I could do, and I liked it. So I vied for the position of a PR convener at Insurance Institute of Kenya. So on the sideline, I sit in the executive council of IIK.
Okay.
So I can say that these extra things that I was doing, basically like working for IIK in my part-time, working for College of Insurance, volunteering for AKI, is what has made me who I am today as a Secretary General of OESAI. It basically gave me the experience that was needed for the job. So that's who I am. And I'm a mother, yes. I'm a mother of 2 girls.
Yeah.
So I call myself Mama AAR with my girls.
Yeah.
Their names, initials all start with AAR.
That's a very impressive CV, Rose. If I add up the number of years that you said you've been working, it seems like they are more than your age, but I think that's a discussion for another day. But you are so full of energy. If I look at the number of initiatives where you're involved, you are full of energy. What's your driving force? What's your inspiration?
I think when you do something that you love, so naturally, I think I love people. Certainly, I love children. So when I was growing up, I naturally felt a love for children. And I find myself very social. I have a genuine concern for people. And insurance is a people's business. That's what I keep on saying.
Yeah.
So I find it very fun because I'm interacting with people, I'm meeting new people, so it doesn't feel like it's work. But from the OSI perspective, I have a very beautiful, brilliant, small team that I work with.
Yeah.
That for me, my work is just to, share the vision that the management has, the vision that I have as the SG, and they execute it for me. So they make it very easy.
And you have a family. They must have a very big part to play in what you are doing. But also in the process, I see you at every other conference and so forth. It means you're leaving them behind. I mean, how do you balance those two?
Wow, that's an interesting question. And thank you for asking that.
Yeah.
One thing that I normally ask myself is, children, they have both a father and a mother. So when it comes to bearing kids, the children don't just belong to the mother, they also belong to the father. So my children, when I'm traveling, then I have a very good supportive system. They are very comfortable with their father. I also have a nanny who is excellent. I always say that when you're a career woman, when you want to excel in the corporate world, the number one person who should be your friend is your nanny. So for me, that has been quite helpful, knowing that their kids are with the most important person in their life, which is their father.
So Rose, you have had a long career and a successful career. What are some of the milestones or achievements that are worth noting?
When you say I've had a long career, it makes me feel that I'm very old. But yeah, it's long. This year I'll actually be celebrating 15 years in the industry. So for me, working for OSI, and I know we say OSI, and for some people they keep on wondering what it stands for. It basically stands for Organization of Eastern and Southern Africa Insurers. So we are an association made up of insurance companies, reinsurance companies, and affiliates, insurance entities. Currently, we have about a membership of 140 in both the Eastern and Southern region of Africa. So our main goal is to promote the business of insurance in this area that we operate in through quite a number of activities. One of them, building technical capacity. We've been able to hold quite a number of trainings with various sponsors and affiliates. We normally have our conference, and I joined during the time of COVID. Very difficult time, but the members really came through, and we've had 2 successful conferences, and we are currently organizing another one in Mauritius to celebrate 45 years. So my 2 years, this month, actually today marks 2 years, 1 week as the SG of OESAI.
Congratulations.
Yes. What I'm really happy about is the fact that when I was being interviewed for this job, there were things I was asked that what did I intend to do for the organization. One of them was creating brand visibility. That is something that I promised the interviewing board that I would do, so that OSI would be at least on the lips of everybody who is in the insurance industry. We are not yet there, but we are making some good progress. And in terms of creating brand visibility, we also wanted now to involve the younger generation, the younger people in the insurance industry. So the other thing that I confidently said I would do, without having an idea how I would go about it, was to introduce a regional quiz. And in the process of joining OESAI, and it was during the COVID period, so one of the things I did was self-introductions via Zoom. Being that I came from an underwriting background, so I was quite unfamiliar with most of my membership. So the first person I had a chat with and told them about my dream, my desire to introduce a quiz was Mrs. Madeline Nangayo, the MD of Ghana Read. And they agreed to sponsor it. So we have the OESAI Ghana Read Regional Quiz, which has taken up so quickly among our younger people. And it's even gotten better because now we are taking the winning captains to our conferences. So I think two things: brand visibility, we are doing it; capacity building, we are doing it, and we are cooperating. We are working together with all our members. They come in and they train for us freely at no cost.
And at that point also, let's talk about the ongoing initiative about the women insurance. How do you think it's important for the industry to support women initiative and also to drive women leadership in Africa?
A lot of research has shown that for organizations where there's gender inclusivity, gender diversity, where women are in top management, the top line and the bottom line is actually showing that the numbers are getting better and better.
Yeah.
So I think for the benefit of these organizations, it's important as CEOs, as management, as board members of insurance companies, that we involve women in management. And that is why as OESAI then we have the girl arm, which is for ladies purely. And we are encouraging member countries. We do acknowledge that each country, the issues that women face are different. If you go, for example, if you go to a country like Rwanda, women are really empowered, you know. You will find women in top leadership positions. But when you go to some other countries, you'll find that they're still struggling to have women in those top positions. And that is why then we would like to encourage as much as possible that each country has its own woman association. Then we can meet at the regional level to discuss our issues. But definitely for the companies, when they hire qualified women, it's not just an issue of being a woman, but qualified women for the positions, then the numbers will show positively.
Okay, that's very interesting, and I think what we see across the markets, there's a lot of associations. I've seen a number of associations in the market. I think it's actually it's actually a growing initiative, and the fruits should definitely start showing soon. With your experience and exposure, you are involved with the entire Eastern and Southern African bloc, and because of your partnerships with other associations, more importantly, you are involved with the entire African continent in terms of dealing with insurance markets, insurance companies, reinsurance companies, and so forth. What would you say are the major challenges that you face across Africa that affects almost every other country, almost every other market?
So Simba, I've gone to quite a number of conferences, as you've rightfully pointed, different countries. And one of the key things you'll always hear the keynote speaker speaking about, be it a minister, be it the commissioner of insurance, is the fact that insurance penetration is low. And when they are speaking about it, because most of them are not in insurance, one of the things they're bringing out is the fact that customers or the public tends to have mistrust when it comes to insurance. And this is basically because of maybe perception or claims experiences that they have had. So it is a challenge. We know that people need insurance, but they don't buy it. Most people buy what they feel that they want, not what they need. So penetration is a challenge, and claims. I think once we are able to handle our claims angle, the other thing is that Africa has a very young population. Are we selling products that are attractive to the young market, to the young people? We can't be telling them insure your car because it's a requirement, insure your house because it's a legal requirement, or buy life insurance policy because when you die, you know. So we can't be using the traditional. So we have to push for online ways of selling insurance, but not just selling, If you sell online, then the claim also has to be online. You get my premiums in the click of a second, then likewise, the young people are expecting that claims should be paid within the same pace that we take their premiums, but we seem to be failing them as an industry.
One of the biggest factors that I see from your response is that we seem to be found wanting in terms of relevance, and probably that's one of the major challenges why our insurance penetration is on the low side. And I like the part that you are also, probably indicating or proffering solutions also to dealing with some of those issues. And one of the major challenge you highlight is the issue about a young population. If you were to talk to young people now, there's the one end where we've got the industry's got solutions and everything. But if you're a young person now or talking to a young person, what would you want to encourage them about the financial management, about financial security, about insurance? What sort of messages would you want to give to young people at this point?
When I started working, I think I was about 23 years, and someone tried to sell an insurance policy for me, a 10-year policy. Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be 33 years. 33 years was very old. Yeah. So I would tell the young people, they need to know that they're not going to be young forever. Mm-hmm. And they must be willing and ready to secure their future. So insurance is one of the ways basically that you can secure your future, because it protects you from unforeseen risks. And so we cannot, as when you're a young person, you cannot seem to assume that you will not grow old. So it's good for them to listen and take in what I would say they would consider as important, but it's important that they do realize that they're definitely going to be 30, they're going to be 40, and they're going to be 50. So insurance is important.
Yeah.
And they should also speak to us when I'm talking about us, because now we consider ourselves old, and say, this is the kind of product that I would want from you. Let them talk to us and tell us exactly what they need from us.
Now, let's talk about the initiatives that you are driving at OESAI. What kind of programs are you putting in place, or that you are looking to implementing in the next year or in the next 2 years, and probably the driving ideas or the purpose of those programs?
Number one is on the issue of climate change. We are supporting. We are a signatory. Actually, we are a signatory of the Nairobi Declaration on Sustainable Insurance, and this is because of the fact that the insurance industry is a huge financial player in any government, and we want insurance companies to come in and be part of climate talk, and really be part of changing the or reversing the effects of climate change. So as OESAI, what we are doing then is that we are creating awareness. That's what we are mainly doing. And so we would want as many of our members as possible to sign the Nairobi Declaration on Sustainable Insurance. So any opportunity we get, be it at our conferences, be it our training, we'll always have somebody talking about that. And definitely NDSI is a stepping stone then for our members to be part of the UNEP PSI. Now, why is the environment important? We operate in this environment, the physical environment, the economic environment. If there is no earth, then there is no insurance business. So we just have to take charge as an industry. So that's one of the key initiatives that we are taking in part in. Then we also conversant of the fact that I had just mentioned about the issue of penetration. So we are encouraging partnerships among like-minded organizations. We are not in a competitive environment, so we want to work together with all associations, be it WICA, be it FANAF, be it AIO. Our main goal is to promote insurance business so that the penetration rate increases and our members stay in business. So partnerships, we also drive in partnerships agenda quite highly.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rose. I think the organization of Eastern and Southern African Insurance, which is OESAI, definitely that organization is in good hands. I think you've got very good initiatives, and so far the energy is felt everywhere. The energy is felt everywhere. I would only encourage you to keep it up, and all the best with your initiatives.
Thank you so much, Simba. The pleasure was all mine, and I hope with your permission, you can allow me to invite your audience to attend our 45-year OESAI anniversary. And also we'll be having our annual conference and AGM in Mauritius. The link is going to be up very soon. So we are asking them to come, let's meet, let's chat, let's network, and let's promote insurance. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for accepting to come to the Macfin Insurance Forum.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.